evening. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. Welcome to God First Christ Gang Media News. Come on in, you all. Come on in. Join me for the midnight. I know some of y'all look with them late hours. I know y'all look with the late hours. Yes, indeed. Come on in, you all. I got a little story I want to share out of Michigan, Van Buren, Michigan. Well, this one dude was captured a week later, you all, found shot 7 times, possibly by the family members of this young lady that he assaulted, you all. This is a very disturbing case. This man come home after they done broke up. You know, he done broke up with this lady. This lady pretty much broke up with him, you all, and didn't want the young man anymore. And he decided he was going to get drunk and come to her house and pretty much beat her up, you all. And not only did he beat her up, you know, pretty bad, you all, but he also sexually assaulted the woman with a hot straightening comb, you all. I said that he sexually assaulted this young lady with a hot straightening comb, you all. And that's pretty sad. You all, he had this woman beating her and torturing her for approximately 3 hours, you all, in her own home. So this was pretty sad. And mind you all, a week later, he was still on the run and was captured after being shot 7 times, you all. Pretty much after being shot 7 times, pretty much in this situation, maybe the police should have made it there 30 minutes late, because you all, like I said, this was something real vicious that this man proceeded to do, you all. And I'm going to take a little time out and pretty much share with you all. But my thing is, you know, like I say, when you ladies are in certain situations with these particular people and these particular men who won't let y'all go, man, it's best to do something, you know, more than just file some kind of some kind of restraining order, because a lot of times the restraining order is just a paper, you all. I would file it, on the behalf of, just in case something happens, you all, and you all have to do something, you know, to protect yourself, and that's pretty much, with some kind of firearm, you all. I suggest you ladies get a firearm in this particular situation, you know, like I said, because it's a lot of things going on here in this 2022, and it's very baffling to me. One of my particular things with these young men, you know, this is like I say, sad, and it's happening way too often, you all. And to me, this is the most sad generation I ever seen. I'm gonna say it again. This is the most saddest, uneducated generation I've ever seen in my lifetime, you all. Like I said, I was once young before and had a lot of young male friends, you all. Was a very outgoing young man, and this is not some of the things that me or my peers or none of my peers were doing, you all. This is not something that me or none of my peers were doing. You know, we may had gotten into some small domestic altercations that was quickly resolved, you all. That was quickly resolved and moved on, you know. But in some of these cases, you know, like I said, a lot of these young ladies are being harmed in a very bad manner, you all, and a lot of them are not making it out of these situations, you all. And here we had a young lady the other day, you know, mother of 6, you all. She had them filed her restraining order, so forth and so on, and wind up going somewhere and picking her baby daddy up, or maybe he picked her up, you all, and was on their way to proceed somewhere else, possibly take care of some business. And one thing led to another when this man came out and stabbed the mother of his 6 kids, you all. You know, like I said, this is very serious, and, you know, some demonic things, there's some real demonic things that's going on out here. So, you know, I want to step on briefly and just kind of address this, and just want to share this with you all before I go to bed, you know, Like I said, this is something that's ongoing. This is not every so often. This is like once a week, you all, and it's getting worse. Like I said, I suggest that you ladies take some firearm classes and some safety classes, because like I said, a lot of times your family members are not around, or they in a situation where they live somewhere else, you all, and it's kind of hard to get these particular police officers out in a timely fashion. Like I said, you can file these type of restraining orders, but you have to remember that it's only a piece of paper, you all. It's not gonna stop an intoxicated man from knocking at your door, you all. It is not gonna stop an intoxicated man from knocking at your door and banging on your window, you all. Even if you show him this paper, he probably gonna proceed to come through the wall. Some of these cases, like I say, they're very sad. But this young man is gonna get his, you all, and it was just by the grace of God that he here today, because had them police officers got there a little later, he probably would have passed, you all, but now he's able to stand before a jury and get the proper punishment that he is gonna deserve for this particular case, you all. But like I said, her family did catch up with this man, because the young lady is in the hospital, you all. Like I said, he not only beat the young lady bad, but he also proceeded to stick a hot comb in her body. I don't know what that was for, or if he was trying to get off by doing that, or what he was actually trying to do. But like I said, it was some very sick thing to do, you all. I'm going to take the time and pretty much read the clip to you all, and then pretty much share the video pretty much like normally. But before I get off into that, let me also read my copyright disclaimer, you all. Copyright disclaimer. Under Title 17 U.S.C. Sections 107, allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is permitted by the copyright statute and might otherwise be infringed. Non-profit, educational, and personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. It tips the balance in favor of fair use, you all. Like I said, man, this is very disturbing. I just wanted to come on for a brief moment and share this with you all. It's a man wanted for torture, sexual assault of an ex-girlfriend with a hot straightening comb, found shot 7 times. And that's good for him. I wish they would have shot him probably a couple more times. God forgive me for that, but, like I said, that was very, very wrong. It's a man charged with torture and sexual assault, found shot 7 times. A Van Buren man accused of violating, torturing, and sexual assault his ex-girlfriend with a high straightening comb was found a week later, shot 7 times, wounded after getting into a shootout. It's at Van Buren, Michigan. The U.S. Marshals tracked a dangerous suspect down who is accused of torturing and sexual assaulting his ex-girlfriend, but by the time they found him, he had been shot multiple times, but the police are sure who pulled the trigger, you all. It said Decatur Porchman was wanted for the hours-long assault of his ex-girlfriend inside her own home. It said, according to the police, Porchman repeatedly beat her and sexually assaulted her with a hair straightener that was on, you all. Like I said, he took the time and plugged this thing up and let it get hot, you all, while he proceeded to beat her, and like I said, he did not let her go. She was trying to get out and fight him back, but how they go, with a man fighting a woman, like I said, man, it's just a sad thing, It said the 30-year-old man is charged with terrorizing his ex-girlfriend in late July at a Van Buren Township apartment. It said this was a very significant assault. The crime scene photos speak that the significance of the assault, said the attorney Sonia with the Wayne County prosecutor's office. Investigators told Fox 2 that he showed up at her apartment drunk and started to punch her in the face, you all. They said he smashed more than one ashtray over her head and violated her with a hot straightening comb before beating her with an extension cord and blows to her head, you all. So the man proceeded to grab ashtrays, them glass ashtrays that was in the house, busting the woman all in the head with the ashtrays, then beat her with a extension cord. You know, like I say, so she was pretty much helpless in there, you all. From the crime scene, they, you know, from it was pretty bad up in there. It said it was 3 hours of agony as she was finally able to escape to a neighbor's house and call the police. By this time they arrived, Postman had reportedly stolen her car and left. You know, so he took her car, you all. It said about a week later, the marshals tracked him down. The marshals tracked him to Taylor, where he was found in a car with 7 untreated bullet wounds. Police said they came from some kind of shootout in Inkster, you all. Like I said, you know, he proceeded, he had the woman car, he had the stole her car, and I'm more than sure it was her family members, you all. Possibly one of her cousins, kinfolks, relatives, or one of her ex-boyfriends, you all. But like I said, it's not done for him, you all. When he get in there, he gonna get some more of that, you all. Like I said, and by the grace of God, the police was able to capture him. Like I said, while he just had been recently shot. So someone in that area had seen what happened, possibly, and had reported a shooting. So this is how they pretty much came to the scene, you all. It said let me see. Portsman actually brought up the information when he was in court on charges on Tuesday. I got shot 7 times. I got a bullet fragments in me and knee surgery. My leg is broken. They shot my knee, he said. Portsman is no longer no stranger to criminal charges. He's several times for unlawful imprisonment, drugs, and home invasion. You know, so he was already been in the system, you all. It said the victim had spent several days in the hospital and is recovering. Portsman was set, his bond was set at $250,000, you all. It said Decatur Pashman, 30 years old, is accused of torturing and sexually assaulting his ex-girlfriend with a hot straightening comb. He was later found shot multiple times. You know, like I said, this was, man, I don't understand these dudes today, but they crazy. You know, like I said, they are very crazy, you know. And like I said, in this particular situation, you know, like I said, I'm just advising some of these ladies, you know, that y'all in these situations, you know. I have some previous videos that dealing with domestic violence, you know. I should have had added a clip also, you know. Each time I do a domestic violence thing, I need to add this 1-800 number, you all. So maybe I'll take the time in and jump on there and add it in the link. But like I said, this is crazy. You know, some of these situations, man, I just don't understand. But let me let y'all get the news.
This brutal attack went on for hours against this poor woman in her own home. Allegedly, Decatur Parchman beat her repeatedly and sexually assaulted her with a hair straightener that was turned on.
The crime scene photos in and of itself, I think, speak to paired assault,
torture, criminal sexual conduct, and assault. It's what 30-year-old Decatur Parchman is charged with for terrorizing an ex-girlfriend late last month in his Township apartment. Investigators tell Fox 2 he showed up at his ex's house drunk and started punching her.
Hey, Brian Bridges on YouTube. Who is that?
Over her head and
Mafia Money Gang.
violate her using
Come out there, man, Brian Bridges.
The beating went on with an extension cord and more blows to her head. After about 3 hours of his agony, she was able to escape to a neighbor's place where they called police. But before they got there, Parchman allegedly stole her car and left. Earlier this week, the U.S. Marshals tracked him to Taylor. He was in a car when he was arrested with 7 bullet wounds that hadn't been treated. They came from some kind of shootout in Inkster during his time on the run, something he brought up in court Tuesday.
I got shot 7 times Sunday. And I still got bruises in it that's supposed to get out in my hand. They're supposed to get surgery. And my knee, my leg broke.
Parchman, no stranger to the prison system, serving time for unlawful imprisonment, drugs, and a home invasion. The woman who he attacked spent several days in the hospital and is still recovering from her serious injuries. A judge gave Parchman a $250,000 cash bond, no 10%, with all of his crimes. $250,000 cash bond, no 10%, with all of his prison system, serving time for unlawful imprisonment, drugs, and a home invasion. The woman who he attacked spent several days in the hospital and is still recovering from her serious injuries.
And well, like I said, this is stupid, man. Every day, you hear something with one of these youngsters, that they can't let these females go. They just got this new program for domestic violence, male domestic violence victims, because they are male domestic violence victims, and they mostly are being verbally abused. So some of these dudes don't know which way to go. They have never been in relationships. I'm looking at this man right here, and this probably was his first girlfriend, walking around looking like some guppy. And then you got nerve to be on all kind of dope and drugs, and you want to be some kind of drinker. Like I said, I don't understand these young men today, but they just not letting go at all. They just not letting go. Some of these dudes don't know which way to go. And like I said, some of you ladies, y'all is their last resort. So, like I said, I don't particularly know, how to really deal with nothing like that, you all. But I'm trying to do all I can do to help and bring some kind of information about this particular thing that's going on, at least some kind of, like I say, we need something a little tougher than these restraining orders, you all, because this ain't working. It's just not working, you all. But you ladies, stay safe out there and try to, stay in your prayers, you all, because, this is something that can help defend off these bad spirits and these evil people. You all, like I said, this is one of the things that you all need to do. I suggest that as a ladies, you in these particular relationships with these type of dudes, start praying on your household. Pray over people. Pray over your kids. Pray over your own self, and pretty much pray over the people that you in relationships with. That let the Lord keep these kind of spirits, these kind of people away from you. You all, like I said, these are some of the things that are helpful. Prayer is very powerful, you all, and it's not just as powerful as something immediate, like some immediate action, but it's God is there, you all. Like I said, I didn't want to tarry too long on this. It's just something that I just ain't want to let get by, you all. So God first Christ gang, peace. I catch you all tomorrow. You all have a blessed night, you all. And like I say, stay in prayer. It's very important, you all. God first Christ gang. See y'all tomorrow. Peace. God bless y'all. Thank you. Peace. Thank you for joining.